TNT Radio, tu radio en Internet.
Exit Eden, the international symphonic metal supergroup, is back presenting their new album, Femmes Fatales, a sublime mixture of covers of the 80s classics and own songs. Formed by Clémentine Delauney, Anne Brunner, and Marina La Torraca, we speak with Anna and Marina to know more about this amazing project. Hi, Anna. Hi, Marina. How are you?
Hi.
Hello.
Yes, it's been an overwhelming day today because today we released our title track, Femme Fatale, and I don't know, my mind is just always so I check the views. I want to know how the people like it, and it's been very, very good.
Yeah,
Awesome.
it's true. I saw you release it 4 or 5 hours ago in YouTube.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So it's a special day for us.
Yeah, I'm very glad to hear that. First of all, congratulations for this new album. I would like to know just a bit about the origin of the band. Why did you decide to find Exit Eating?
Well, Anna, you can talk a little bit more about that.
Yes.
I guess.
Well, it's been years. It's actually been like 7 years, I think, when we came
Yeah.
together for the first album, and we actually didn't know each other back then. Like, I didn't know anyone. Marina knew Amanda, who was still a part of the group back then, and then I came across to the project, and then it was also Clementine joining. So that's where we got together. It wasn't our initial start. It was more of this is a new project. It sounds interesting. Let's do this. And it became supernatural. It became really great because we got along so well. Our voices matched, our personalities are so different, but do match really well too.
Complement each other.
Exactly, absolutely.
Yes.
And that's why for us there was no second thought of wanting to continue with Exit Eden, but it was quite hard to get this second album on the road.
Yeah, I imagine because your other projects and the pandemic outbreak as well, so everything was pretty fast, maybe.
Yeah, what I think what happened is that, I mean, there was a long time, a long break between the first album and the second, but then when the second started getting concrete, then there was a bit of a rush. You know, it's like, we gotta run to make this album happen. And then there was again some more waiting because the waves of the pandemic that were not that easy to ride, especially not for the music industry. So yeah, that's how it took so long at the end.
Yeah, okay, here it is. The new album, Exit Eden. It is called or refers to Femme Fatale as a symbol of women taking control of their own narratives with autonomy, intelligence, and independence. I would like you to tell me more about this concept and if it is shows your own experience.
You want to go first?
Yeah. You asked if this is if it comes from our own experience. Is that the
Yeah,
last
maybe
part?
if you want to explain me why you call it Femme Fatale, maybe if there is something of your own experience there, because
Okay.
all us are women, and maybe
Yeah.
we found a difficulty anytime.
Sure. I think the femme fatale concept has two sides of it, or at least that's how I personally see it. There is the side of there is the archetype in pop culture that is very known, and it's very fun. It's very dark, and it's sexy, and it's very cliche, but it's like, very cool to play with that in symphonic metal because it matches the mood perfectly, and it's just super fun from let's say, a more theatrical, cinematic point of view. But there is also the more, let's say, real life statement behind it, which means that, yeah, we're, 3 women. That's already putting even more women than you normally see in a band. And I know there are bands that are completely formed by female musicians. Amazing, awesome. We're trying to make that, count even more. Because, well, I think representation matters. And I think through the lyrics, mostly from Anna, there is a lot of empowerment going on, so it's really just about, and we're 3 women that can actually work together. We are not backstab each other. We're just, working we're collaborating for a cause, and that's music, and really just the fact that women can also have their own narratives. That's what the Femme Fatale represent. They are not the damsel in distress, and if you take away the fact that they are mostly always manipulating their subjects, they're doing that because maybe they have to, or that's the only way out of but it's their choice. And that's just something that we want to bring in a fun way, that actually women can stand together, should, and it's our turn now. That's basically it.
Yeah, I agree with you. Because it's a hard industry and a hard musical scene as well.
Yes, Clementine would say that this is that the world needs a lot of the feminine energy right now as well, to counterbalance, all the craziness going on. And
yeah. It's a very wise piece of advice. Sure.
Yes,
and being from 3 different countries is
right.
for me, it's an example. It should show women all over the world, we can do it. We can stand together. We can really have more femininity in this world. And I also think that even if some men might see it threatening, they actually do enjoy it too. And they do enjoy seeing 3 women on stage in the videos and really being self-confident and showing their selves and showing their femininity.
Yes, it's our take on feminism by being feminine. That's what
And
I'm not saying it's the
way.
right way of being feminist. There are many ways of being a feminist.
Right, and it's not like, it's not excluding men, because our songs and our versions of the songs and the original songs, they also address men, and it's really also very open-minded.
Yes.
Yeah. It has to be both sides. Yeah.
Sure. But my personal opinion is that we shouldn't worry too much about that, because they are always included anyway.
Yes, you are right.
They've been there always.
They're fine.
They're fine.
They're fine anyway.
Yeah.
Sorry, don't come for me.
No, we are very correct. Okay, and speaking about the music, how did you manage to choose the track list from the great catalog of the 80s?
Yes, it wasn't really the idea to choose songs exactly from that time period. Like from the first record, we really had many covers. I mean, there were more, of course, because the whole record was cover songs, and there was more variety of different times. But we wanted it to fit the whole concept of Femme Fatale, and having these songs like Poison or It's a Sin, they felt natural. They had the vibe of what we wanted to sing about, and it might have been coincidence that they were all from the same time period. Plus, they're just great songs that you can put into symphonic metal style. They might have orchestra, or you can hear an orchestra already. And we wanted to just like paint that red and to make things even more bombastic with the arrangement and the production and our vocals together. So yes, I think this was kind of in the process, and also maybe a little bit of coincidence.
Yeah, maybe. But as you say, they are some that can be adapted to method. And I think is one of your main achievements is to get the balance between symphonic metal and pop. How do you do it?
Yes.
Yeah.
How do we do it?
I don't know. I think good songs are good songs. And then if you have a good person, like a good arrangement behind it, you can really transform a good song into a good song in another genre, you know? And pop and metal are not that far. They really aren't. A melodic metal, at least.
Yeah, sure. It's true.
They're absolutely not. And I mean, let's say the more modern we get into the subgenre of metal nowadays, it's going absurdly into pop, you know, not in the sound, but you know, there's hooks everywhere, there's trap beats, there is, you know, drum and bass. I'm not even talking about well, not only pop, but let's say like other types of more mainstream genres are all being blended into metal, and pop is just like, yeah, the catchy choruses. I mean, who are we trying to fool? Because there's distortion, then suddenly it's so far away. It's really not.
And the album has 12 great songs. For example, Femme Fatale, Build in the Past, and Hold Back Your Fear, which are songs with a mystical atmosphere, with strings, orchestral elements, complementary vocals, and I think they enrichment your sound. Tell me more about that.
Yes. Yeah, I think it was also one of our goals to really have this symphonic metal style come back again, having like I want to say true symphonic metal, going back to real instruments, orchestration, not having this modern, not jumping on the modern wave of, I don't know, electronical music or parts. So we really wanted to have this symphonic metal we used to listen to, of course, in a up-to-date, state-of-the-art way in production, but the way we loved it, without like having to do electronical stuff, but just really having this orchestra, having our voices of the three of us also in the focus, and being able to show different styles and facets of our own voices. I think this makes it, this is what made it so special and bombastic, and having layers and layers of vocals we recorded.
It's absurd how many vocal tracks.
Your voices have plus the complementary voices, so it's very diverse. Yes, diversity maybe is the key there. And you got a very special collaboration, Marco Ietala, ex Nightwish. Why did you choose him? Or I don't know who chose who for
I think the song chosen.
With it has two main concepts. It's a folk song, and it's your first own song as well.
Yes. Well, it was the first song to be released, right? And the first own song. How was it in the order of the songwriting, Anna? Was it one of the first songs you actually wrote, or was it later in the game?
It was, I remember Femmes Fatales being the first.
Yeah, very old. Yeah, you said that. Yeah.
Exactly. And I think it came through, it was one of the first, but not like the first or second. And it's really, like you said, it really has a different kind of folky, approach, but also it's very natural and earthy in the way.
Yeah.
It's not, it's
And folk and symphonic metal are it's a combination that you see out there, you know, obviously there is a parallel there as well. So
Yeah, it's a
it's,
very
but I
interesting
can,
song, and the video
I
as well.
yeah, it is. I mean, I can totally see that the folky elements are coming back everywhere in the album. Like Run is very very obvious, but you can hear like the instruments, you know, the arrangements with the bandoline and the
Yeah, it's very, it's
specific
very easy to perceive
instruments.
these new folky melodies. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Um, but apart from that, there are more 5 original compositions. So maybe it is going to be the new path of exceeding. I mean, going to an original production.
Yes, well, I think it's always going to be in our roots to have some covers because that's how it started. That's how we got together. And there's still so many ideas we didn't put on this record that they're still in the back of our minds.
Yeah, I think it's also a little bit the unique selling point of the band. You know, it's like, why wouldn't we just keep, why wouldn't we do it? It's fun. People love it.
Yeah.
And it sounds really like, I think we're together with our producer, of course, we're achieving an identity sound there, which is really cool for a cover band, you know. It's like we're not the cover band anymore, but it's like, hey, we do covers, but they sound like it's part of, you know, a band's identity, and that's the cool thing that we can continue to explore.
Yeah, and I think it's a key to connect with the audience as well because they know the songs, so it's a very special moment as well. Yeah.
And of course, for us, it's of course a bit more special to have contributed to the songwriting and to have our own songs or lyrics in this on this record too. And the funny thing for me is sometimes when people read or write like or think that Run is a cover version of a song, you know, and
it's like
also Femmes Fatales. I mean, there are songs called Femmes Fatales. This could be a cover version too, but it's not.
Because but I think it's because there's as Marina says before, it's a concept known for everyone, so maybe you say, okay, it's a cover, obviously, but never no one knows a cover of what.
Yes,
exactly.
I love that.
Exactly. I actually just heard an album review someone posted. I think AP Reacts posted a review online, and I was just watching it before, and he said exactly that you can't really distinguish the covers from the originals, which is great because it's like, you know, all sung together and it all makes so much sense that you really have to know the covers and that's a cover.
It's true.
That's a cool feedback.
And as you said, they sound with your own brand, your own style. So it's very difficult, and they are united as one in the album. We got more songs such as "Dying in My Dreams" and the album closing "Elysium." That they have a mid-tempo, very captivating and intense chorus as well. Tell me more about the use of chorus in your music.
Well, I think, as we were saying before, I think these catchy melodies are something that is, you know, it's very important, not only for pop music, but also for melodic metal, and, you know, especially for a band that used to cover pop music, you know. It's like, oh, you gotta compete with Paparazzi. That's that's a hard chorus. Impossible. I mean, those are like one of the best choruses of all times, you know. So we're
Total Eclipse.
Once again, every song I think of, I'm like, oh my god, that's really hard to compete with. But yeah, that's why we were, I think, songwriting wise, putting a lot of emphasis on that dramatic big chorus. And I think, yeah, Died in My Dreams is probably one of the most dramatic choruses in the album.
Absolutely.
Also-
Dramatic in several senses, as I see.
I
True,
apologize.
absolutely.
I hope no one is gonna be so depressed after that song.
No, it's beautiful. I
No.
love it so much. It's
Yeah,
one
it's
Marina
beautiful.
wrote with our producer, and
Yes.
each time that quiet chorus kicks in or whispers in, I'm always like, oh gosh, I'm about to cry. Just hear you singing that. It's just, it has so much emotions.
Yeah, and I think Elysium is also a super emotional track. At least for me, I love it. I think it's my favorite song in the whole album. It's so emotional.
Yeah,
But I think that's what Exit Eden is about, like I know that Anna and I and Hannes, obviously our producer, we are very into the big chorus thing. We try to write catchy choruses everywhere we write music. We try. I'm a little bit more proggy with my own material, but also for Exit Eden, I was trying to be like, okay, let's be normal. Let's do something that's more.
Okay, it's your thing, so the
Yeah.
result is excellent. So you can be glad for it. By the way, are you afraid to be compared with the original songs or artists?
I think this is definitely happening because it's just natural to compare things, in my opinion. So this was something in the songwriting process we did have in mind. It was like, okay, this needs to be really good. We need to really, really give our best and write the chorus really, as you said, have big choruses that they are able to compete to these hits we are also having
Absolutely,
on the record. So yeah, it's definitely something that happens, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
obviously. Yeah, so you are aware of that. And giving birth this album, an album like this with 12 songs, orchestral achievements, folky elements, has to be a very hard work, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mostly for
a
our
hard and
producers.
emotional work.
Yeah. Think how long did he work on this, Anna? I mean,
I don't know, but it's really, I mean, it's also really beautiful because it really builds up. Like our producer did the arrangements, and he did them on his own more or less and shared like the updates with us. And then having the new vocals of our vocals add to it, and really like I was able to really hear the different statuses, and this was really nice for me to see, oh, this is the song, this is going to be the song, this is the song with Marina's voice, this is the song with Clemmy's voice, with my voice, and it got more and more Exit Eden by every new vocal or new line or new instrument that was built and recorded. That was really nice.
It's a long and hard process, but a beautiful one.
I suppose. Just to be curious, what about the experience of playing in Woking Open Air Festival?
Oh yeah, that was amazing.
It
That was
was.
the first time for both of us, and it was really unbelievable. I clearly remember a Viking dude standing at the front row, and he had like some war paint on his face, and he was really Viking, but he was like crying his eyes out, singing Backstreet Boys with us.
Backstreet Boys.
Yes.
Especially that song. It was just crying like, I pray, but his eyes are broken.
Oh, that's
And I was
really
like, this is
funny.
hilarious. I cannot forget that man crying, singing that.
Oh, poor thing. Yeah, that's the key thing in covers. All we know then, that very connect with a stage of our lives, or who knows
Yeah.
what else. Yeah.
Exactly.
And
And it
having
brings
people-
everybody together, you know?
exactly.
Yeah, sure.
That's
And-
the whole point.
Also having memories to the original song, and now hearing
Yeah.
it, maybe even being Exit Eden fans, and now we're covering an old original song that was a favorite song from someone. I've heard that in interviews too.
Yeah.
I think this
yeah.
can be very special
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
and emotional.
Yeah, and emotional always. What do you think the evolution of Exit Eating will be?
Oh, that's a very good question. I think it's hard to say right now. But if we would follow our gut feeling, we could definitely see this project working, you know, and going places, and we would continue writing songs and doing covers and going on tour. That's how, at least I know that that's how we see it, and that's what we would like to do.
Yeah.
Yes,
Continuing.
we would love bombastic shows with orchestra and really putting this band on a level where people are like, oh my gosh, this is just amazing. We would love that. But we don't know how everything's gonna turn out. We're just excited to release this and to see the reactions, and we have to be patient a little bit more.
Yeah, and first of all, I mean, we put a lot of work into this album, so it's gonna be really refreshing and fulfilling to have it out there, to get the feedback from people, to see how much this is touching their hearts and improving their lives. That's what we love about releasing new stuff as an artist, you know.
Yeah, and what I like a lot about your music is like it is very optimistic as well. It's, I say like I don't know.
That's Anna.
The feeling is like, oh, I'm strong and I want to go on. Yeah, I don't know if
Nice.
what I mean. Yeah, it's like giving you. I don't know. That's I want to live and give it all. It's pretty amazing, the sensation you are able to wake up.
That's wonderful.
That's so great to hear. Yeah.
Exactly what I always love with music, and also with having this symphonic metal, also having a little bit of a contrast to this dark and maybe even heavy music, but having this empowering lyrics and uplifting melodies that make you feel, yeah, you know what? It'll be great. I can do it. It will go on. It will get better. That's exactly what we want.
Oh, so
yes,
the result is
that's also what I want, of course.
So you got it.
And we. It actually, I have to admit now.
No, it wasn't.
I wanted to thank you very much for your time, because I know you girls are pretty busy now with the release and
Thank you
all
so
that
much.
stuff. And I want to wish you good luck with the promotion of Femmes Fatales. And I hope it is going to be great. Maybe see you on a stage, I don't know, in summer festival or in a tour. Yeah, please come
Hopefully.
to Spain as well.
I would love that.
Hopefully, we would love to, yes.
TNT Radio. Tu radio en Internet.